Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. We are so excited to be able to bring today's episode with twin judges, Judge Owens and Judge Grant. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Hi,
Hi, thank you for having us.
Okay, now y'all not gonna do this to me. Y'all not gonna have the same conversation at the exact same timing and all of this. This is gonna be a trip show, I can tell you right now. Listen, everyone, as you come into the studio, you know the routine, the virtual studio audience. Go ahead and share today's broadcast with your friends, your family, your coworkers. Let people know that the Kim Jacobs Show is on the air, and we are going to really go on a roller coaster ride today with these beautiful twin judges. So take a moment and share this broadcast right now, and then we're going to get started with today's show. All right. And you also know the routine, everyone. If you come in and you want to share a comment, you want to send a shout out, make sure you go ahead and do that so that when it's the flash round, I can pull your comments right in and these two judges will get a chance to either answer some questions or just thank you for your nice compliments or comments that you're sharing with them. All right. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to introduce my two guests and we're going to rock and roll. Now, I'm not going to give every detail in their bios because then that's going to take away from their tremendous story. And it is truly a journey. So, Judge Shantae Owens is a circuit court judge for the 10th Judicial Circuit of Alabama. And she's actually been from January 2009 to January 2019, she was the presiding judge for the drug court program for the Birmingham division of Jefferson County. Everything I did was research about these judges. Jefferson County is a proud county of you guys. They are so happy to say we have the twins here in Jefferson County. I learned more about Jefferson County than I did Birmingham, Alabama. So I am going to leave it at that because they together is a lot more things that they did that were identical, and we'll talk about that. But welcome, Judge Shantae Owens.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
And we're going to also introduce Judge Sheree Grant, and I said it right, right?
Yes, correct.
All right. Judge Sheree Grant received her bachelor's degree from Alabama State University and a JD from Louisiana State University. Her professional experience includes working as a deputy public defender in Jefferson County, and that's highlighted, Jefferson County. She also served at the Vestavia Hills Board of Education. And of course, her twin sister, Judge Shantae Owens, is also a judge in Jefferson County District Court, and which she joined the court in 2008. And then I'll tell you later from their own discussion how Judge Sheree joined the court system. So welcome, Judge Sheree Grant.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Okay, so we're not even going to delay this. It's impossible for you guys to pretty much both be judges, right? That's impossible in its own right.
It's definitely a blessing. It's a blessing.
It's a tremendous blessing. So let's go back for a second. When you all were younger, how did you decide that this is the career that you both were going to pursue? Or did any of you one or the other say, no, I'd like to be a teacher. I like to be a model. You're both gorgeous. Did you have other career aspirations, or did you both say, let's do this together? Life is going to be a journey and we're doing this thing together. Lockstep. One of you tell us, whichever one.
Well, I was going to say, and growing up, there were only two things I wanted to be. I wanted to either be a lawyer or a news reporter. And Sheree and I have always been very close. We've always loved to read, write, and of course, talk a lot. And so it was just kind of the natural progression of life for us. And we've always wanted to be lawyers, from a young age. And so when we decided to go to law school, we knew we would do that together. And after law school is when we actually separated from each other, which was a very tough time for both of us. But we've just always enjoyed the law, and we've always seen the law as being a profession to be able to help other people. And so that's always been a really huge thing for us in our lives.
Interesting. So were you like both in the same bedroom and saying, hey, okay, this is the strategy? Was it that kind of planning, or was it just like it just happened, happenstance? I need more details.
I don't think we planned it as much as it happened. Yeah, it was just more organic. A lot of our interests are the same, but we are two totally different people, but we are very much aligned with the same interests. And I think we just growing up very close, we've just always enjoyed the law together, but we never really like said, we're going to do this. It was always like understood. Don't
Yeah,
you?
I agree. I think it was more understood. I can definitely remember from around the seventh or eighth grade us talking about being lawyers. Like after the seventh or eighth grade, that's pretty much what we always talked about being lawyers. And I feel like it was organic. It just sort of grew with us. And my mom was always really, really big about doing something to help your community. And I think we just naturally saw that that was a way for us to help.
Yes.
That's good. Very good. Speaking of your mom obviously she was a single mom, and you talk a lot about her in all of your communications. Tell us more about your mom and obviously what made her become a single mom at an early age for you all.
So our mom, honestly, is just a remarkable individual. Our dad died when we were 5, and so my mother at that time was only 25, and she was left with a set of twins. And she just really, we talk about this now, and I told her I didn't have my kids until after 30, so I cannot imagine,
Right.
with my husband being gone at 25, my 5-year-olds, and so. But I think she gathered her strength, obviously, from the Lord. And my mom also always instilled in us things that she wanted for herself. And education was the top priority. She wanted to be able to go off to college and study, but she didn't get that opportunity. She and my dad were married.
Opportunity because she got married to our father, and then they had us, and she was just a young mom, and so she really wanted us to experience things in life that she didn't get an opportunity to experience. And this is an amazing thing. She started at Alabama State University before she married our dad, but she didn't get an opportunity to finish. And so life really became full circle when Sheree and I attended Alabama State University and graduated. It was as if she was living her dreams through us.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think something else to note is that at one point we were all in college together. We were sophomores in college when our mom graduated from college. And so that just goes to show this was a dream that she had. She wanted to finish her degree, and it took her about 20 years on and off to finish that degree, but she finished it. And most recently, about 4 or 5 years ago, she finished her master's degree. So it just goes to show how remarkable she is and some of the things that she instilled in us.
That's incredible, because I know that you said she had you all reading extensively at an early age because she was a librarian. Yes. So is that what made you have a love too of the law, is learning? And
absolutely, I would say so. And and of course we find ourselves becoming our moms because we make our children read a lot. Like we just have tons of books, and we're always like, if we can't think of what they should do, for school or for work for the summer, and especially with the pandemic, my kids have read so many books. And so reading has always been really big for us. And I know that really, really nurtured my love for wanting to be a lawyer with all of the reading and quite naturally the writing.
That's absolutely. Awesome. I was going to say when our kids, because of the pandemic, our kids are reading. They have always read a lot, but now they're reading even more. And my kids know if I ever hear you say, "Oh, I'm bored," it's go pick up a book. And that was one of the things that our mom told us. And when we were growing up, we didn't necessarily have much, but I felt like I was rich in the fact that if I wanted to go a certain place, I would read a book about that certain place. And that's one of the things that our mom instilled in us in reading. And it just took us so far.
Well, I'm sure y'all read some Judy Blume and Beverly Cleary.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I was in a young authors conference one time, and I read every book in both series. My mom, in order to punish me when I was growing up, she would have to take my book collection out of my room. I was like, what kind of punishment is this? You're torturing me, lady.
I was a huge Judy Blume fan. Yes.
I love reading. So hence I actually thought about being a lawyer at one point too, because I was just so deep diving into reading, but then talk show stuff prevailed for me.
Well, that's obviously a good thing, what you did.
Well, I'm excited about my journey, that's for sure, especially when I get the opportunity to meet guests like you all. Now, before we came on, I said, okay, listen, you keep your glasses on, Judge Sheree. You're not going to play a game. We're not doing this. And then I even said, okay, I wrote notes. I said, okay, Judge Shantae, she has the gold necklace, and then she has blue fingernail polish. That's what I was so excited to be able to say, blue fingernail polish. And then on pops Judge Sheree. Guess what? Oh, you cannot both have on blue fingernail polish, so you're gonna throw my whole life off.
Some days, I would meet her for lunch and we would have on the exact same thing. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I didn't talk to her the night before or the morning of. I would just get out of the car to meet her for lunch, and she has a white top on with gray pants as well. We do that a lot.
Often. Yeah, quite often that happens.
That's interesting. Do you all, you know how sometimes if you have a twin, I don't know because I don't have a twin, but I hear stories that I feel the pain of my sister, or do you have any of those kind of moments?
No, I wouldn't say that I have those moments. But I think Sheree and I are so well connected emotionally that some days we wake up with the same emotions. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why are you feeling down today? And it's no explanation, but we really do wake up with the same kind of emotions some days. And so, yeah, I do say that, but I've never felt any of her pain. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And you all even have the same pitch in your voice, like the same tone. So have you ever, now this is a real reveal, have you ever like tricked anybody out and said, okay, you be me today and I'll be you today, or any moments like that?
Yeah, when we were younger, we did, a long time ago, we would do that.
There is one story that our mom did not like. We were younger. I think we were college age, and we switched a guy, because Sheree was like, look, I'm kind of bored for the summer. Just give him to me. And so I started letting, and we didn't tell him until the end of the summer. Like he never knew. I said, just keep telling him you're, Shantae. And my mom did not like that. She was like,
she was very upset.
Yeah, she did not like that at all. So, yeah, okay. But it was just a little bit of fun. Yeah.
I feel like I'm literally watching a based on a true story movie. I'm like, give me some popcorn. Wow, that's funny. So when your mom found out, I bet you guys, the punishments were pretty interesting when you play with somebody's life.
And that's what she said.
Funny. I think maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, I saw this guy. My husband and I were at church, and he's a very nice guy. And I saw him, and he still brings up that time that I thought you were your sister when we were out on a date, and we had been dating. And I told him, just forget about that. I was young and immature.
That's so funny. Well, here, some of my studio audience members are already commenting, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop a few of them in. They said, laugh out loud. That poor guy, it's funny. It's funny. Let's see. Such a good thing to see the love and success and the bond of these Black women who rock.
Thank you. Thank you.
So these are just, people will comment all throughout the show. And again, if you all have any questions of these twin judges, please make sure you type your comments in. If you want to be brought into the show directly and I pop you on the screen, then Morgan will put it in the comment section how you can do that as well. So, okay, let's talk about this. Now, you both went to HBCU, Alabama State University. How was that journey, choosing to go to HBCU? Why did one of you say, you know what, I don't really want to be at an HBCU. I would prefer a different path.
Okay, so let me just say this. Choosing to attend an HBCU was one of the best decisions of our life. It really was. It was one of the best decisions. And I'm not so sure that we actually thought about it in the sense that we have to go to an HBCU. We were at this point come from a single parent household. We had been applying for multiple scholarships, and it came down to two schools. One was a predominantly white institution, and one was in HBCU, Alabama State University, and another university. We went to visit the college campus. We had gotten money. We went to visit the college campus. Instantly, when we went to visit the college campus, we fell in love. We felt completely at home. We felt like this is the place. This is where God wants us to be. I mean, it was just almost surreal how.
And do you remember, Sheree, when we toured the College of Business because we knew that we wanted to be business majors for undergrad, and the dean brought us into his office. He talked to us. He talked to our mom, and that was it was just a blessed time. And he told my mom, "Oh, we're going to take care of these girls if they come here." And everything clicked at that moment that this is where we should be.
And that dean did take care of us. He watched over us. He disciplined us if I was late for class, and if he saw me going into one of the classrooms. I mean, he just passed away recently, a couple of years ago, and we continued to have a strong relationship with him. So it was honestly
so much so, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Sheree, but so much so.
That's okay. It sounds like the same people talking, so you can just cut her off and it'll sound just like it's her.
When I ran for judge in 2008, when my Dean Vaughn, when he found out that I was running for judge, he got a group of professors, some of my old professors and some professors who never even taught me, never had even met me because I had long graduated from Alabama State, but they raised money and donated to my campaign. And it brought me to tears because I said, I had long gone from Alabama State, but who would have done that? And I didn't ask him to help me. He just sent me like a huge donation from the faculty at Alabama State University. And to this day, like that still touches my heart in a certain way. Yeah, Sheree is right. We can't say enough about Alabama State University. One of the best decisions of my life was to attend an HBCU.
Wow, that brings me to emotional space as well, because when you have two African American Black females, like you said, raised by a single mom, and not necessarily from the best means per se, like you said, growing up, but then later have people pour into you, like that.
Our life is about a lot of people pouring into us. Yeah. And I try to remember that even with my children, that because I may have the means to do more, give them more, but don't let them miss the blessings of other people pouring into them.
Absolutely.
Because Sheree and I, so many people have poured into us and have just just given us bits and pieces of their lives, which I know for a fact has made me a better woman.
Yeah. And Shantae is so right about that. We always talk about people pouring into us, and specifically, some people may have only spent 30 minutes with us, but those 30 minutes changed our lives in some way. And about 2 years ago for our birthday, we had a party, but we decided the only way we would have a party is if we were to acknowledge the people that poured into our lives. And so we wanted to celebrate them. And were there about 10 people?
Yeah.
There were about 10 people who these people didn't even know. And we were like, you have no idea how you changed our lives. You just spent this amount of time and you poured into us.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. Okay. I'm the host that cries. So it's like, you need to get yourself together and not have blurred vision so you can read them questions. I'll be trying to bat my eyes and get myself together. Okay, so then you both went to law school at Louisiana State.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What's that? What made that? Did you ever say this is going to be our journey together? We're not just going to be twins from a physical, identical perspective, but we're going to have like identical, similar lives.
Well, I think.
Can I say this, Shantae? Can I say this?
Yeah.
But I have to make sure we talk over each other so much sometimes. When we're with my mom, she's like, "Stop it! I can't take it." But
just make a decision of who's going to speak. Right?
So when we left college, Alabama State University. We both wanted to go to law school. And we were applying to several law schools, and some of the law schools Shantae got accepted into, I was either waitlisted or I didn't get accepted. And some of the schools I got accepted into, she was either waitlisted or she didn't. And it just so happened with LSU, we both got accepted and we both got a scholarship. And we thought that was an aha moment. But I will tell you, once we got there, our first year was difficult where we dealt with, it's just difficult. We were the first in our family to go to some graduate school. There were no other lawyers, but then we also dealt with other things. There was other racism that happened, not necessarily on the campus, but just in general once we got there. And I think once we got there and we realized how it was difficult, that's when we said to ourselves, we are going to do this together. You can't leave school because you're upset about everything that's going on. I can't leave school. We're going to do this together. So I think I would say probably somewhere around the second or third month being in law school, we were like, we're doing this together. This is where our paths will be the same.
But I also will say this, Sheree, that we knew that we wanted to go to law school together, and we knew we wanted that to be a journey that we were going to embark upon together, which is why some of the schools I got accepted into that she didn't, I was like, well, I'm not going to go. Like, I want to do this journey with my sister. Like, that was a known thing. And you're right. Once we got there, we knew that we were taking this all the way to the top together. Yeah.
And it's something about, Kim, Shantae and I are not just sisters. Like, we are best friends. Like, it is something about our relationship, honestly. And we make a joke that our husbands, we both, it's coming up on 17 years for me in October, and it'll be 17 years for Shantae in August that we've been married. But we feel like, we have special husbands to be able to understand our relationship. You
have more than special husbands. You're keeping it very mild and low key. Let me put a quote what I actually heard one of the husbands say. Yeah, let me go to this quote right here. Judge Sheree, your husband Daryl Grant says that this is a twin plan. I'm quoting him. He said this is a twin plan that they have. Not only are you married to, and tell me your husband's name is it Rahman? Ramon. Okay, Ramon Owens, right? And Daryl Grant. They were best friends since kindergarten. Y'all are leaving us stuff in this story. I already deep dive. So tell us about your husbands.
Our husbands, you're right. They have been best friends from kindergarten. Well, they actually went to school from kindergarten through college together. And we joke with them like, hey, y'all are just as much twins as us. They've done a lot of things together because they're best friends. Right. And but our family unit, and Ray is right. We're really more than, and I call her Ray, but she's right. We're more than just twins. We're prayer partners. We are accountability partners. We hold each other accountable. And as close as we are, we don't just agree with each other all the time. Like, we're not yes friends to each other. But our husbands, they joke with us because the children are the same ages. Our daughters are 11 and they're 4 months apart, and our sons are 8 and they're 4 months apart.
The sons are 7.
Yeah, well, they're about to turn. And so our husbands joke with us that we planned it, and we really didn't plan it. And we're like, look, y'all did have something to do with it. Like, we didn't plan this whole thing. It just it really happened that the daughters are 4 months apart and the sons are 4 months apart, and they're all the same ages. Yeah.
That's right there. You can keep it as generic as you want, but it sounds like super bizarre that you both went to Alabama State. You both went to your schools to get your law degree together. Then you also have husbands that are been best friends since kindergarten through college. So they're pretty much twins too in their own right. Then you have these daughters that are 4 months apart. Then you have these sons that are 4 months apart.
Yes.
Okay.
We often say it sounds bizarre and spooky, and but it's honestly, it truly is God's will, because
it really is.
We didn't see it. I wouldn't have been able to say, oh, this is what's going to happen. This is how our life will turn out. I wouldn't have been able to see it this way.
No, this is God's plan for sure. No, when I say bizarre, it's not in a spooky bad way. It's in a blessed, amazingly, I cannot believe God would take two identical people and have so many other aspects of their lives mirror each other in such a great way. So this is a documentary at the least. I can help manage you if you need me to, but definitely this is a documentary at the minimum. It's also like a blockbuster movie. The Black twin judges. Let's talk about that. Now, Judge Shantae, you became judge first.
Yes, I did.
And so in 2008, let's talk about how that worked and then how you pulled your sister in that journey.
Okay. I ran for judge in 2008 and I was a prosecutor with the DA's office. I was working with the Jefferson County DA's office. I was a prosecutor there for almost 6 years, and an opportunity came. And like Sheree, I'm very spiritual too. An opportunity came for me to run for judge. I had no prior political experience, but I knew I could do the job. And the governor had appointed someone to this criminal court seat, and I was just really like, wow. The lives that we deal with in criminal court are so important. The issues in people's lives are important. And I don't feel as if this person is qualified for this seat. This person hasn't dealt with, a criminal docket before. And I prayed about it, went home and told my husband, hey, I think God is leading me to run for judge. I really thought my husband was going to talk me out of it, truly thought he was going to talk me out of it. And he said, well, if you believe that this is God leading you in this direction, we got to put some things in order and we're going to embark upon this. And like I said, I had no prior political experience. I sold my car. My husband and I, we went on a budget because we didn't have children at the time. And it was just the two of us, and he's self-employed. And we crafted a budget and we put a plan together, and it worked, and it even mended our marriage, in better ways. And I remember the night before the election, Ken, I got on my knees and I said, God, now, I really want to win this election, because I always believe in really telling God how you feel. I say, I really want to win this election. Right. But if I don't win, thank you for making my marriage stronger. Thank you for this journey of meeting amazing and wonderful people. And thank you for showing me what I thought I could never do, as a young Black female named Shantae in Alabama. I said, thank you, God. And I really meant that. And so I was elected in 2008. I started sitting in January of 2009. And this is just, my career has just been a wonderful, blessed career.
Wow. So now, when did Judge Sheree join into the ranks? And I know you focus on criminal and you, Judge Sheree, focus on civil. So how did that whole merging of, again, the identical twin journey roller coaster come together?
Well, I don't know if we said this, but when we got out of law school, we both went to work as prosecutors. That we were twins again in that regards. My sister went back to Alabama, and then I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and was working for the DeKalb DA's office. So we were both doing the same things, just in different states. Mm-hmm. My husband and I moved back to Birmingham in 2010, and I told my sister, I said, I'm not sure if I want to run for judge. I'm not really into politics, but I think I do want to run. And then an opportunity came up around 2015. In 2015. And honestly, I have to say this. I think because of the reputation of my twin sister, she was well respected. She was known as a fair, very fair, compassionate, impartial judge. I think I received the blessings from her. I received a lot of the blessings and the reputation that she had. And so the opportunity came up, and I was the deputy public defender at that time. And I told my sister, I think I'm going to take this. And so we embarked on this journey together. My husband, I didn't think that my husband really was a political person, but he actually enjoyed it more than I did. He enjoyed it more than I did. And my sister and the governor ended up appointing me in January of 2016 to the bench. I received the appointment by the governor, which was very significant in the state of Alabama, given the fact that I am a Democrat and the governor was a Republican governor. And it was often, quote, known that a Republican governor will never appoint a Democrat, let alone a Black woman. And so I just thank God for that opportunity. And the governor did just that. He appointed a Black woman and a Black woman that was running as a Democrat. And I've been on the bench since 2016.
Wow, congratulations. And I am so overjoyed because I'm from the project. So people that watch my journey know that I often talk about 757, and that's just my area code. And the fact that, I grew up in this place called the Bottom. Now, I know all of our stories are different, but the thing is to have and it's not, I promise you, please be clear. I can say this because I'm a Black female, okay? But like if you have Sheree and Shantae, that is huge.
Yes.
That is huge just for me personally to have a Shantae and a Sheree. Absolutely. It's like, like Martin saying Shanae. It's like a big deal. That is huge.
And Kim, that's why I brought it out and said, I'm like, I wouldn't have thought that, Shantae being a judge. And so I was elected in the same election cycle with Barack Obama. And I was like, oh my gosh, God is doing it. Barack, Shantae, right now. Yeah.
I'm so excited. I feel like I know you can't have another sister just join in on anything, but I feel like I'm a triplet at this point. I feel like it's like you inspire so many African-American, not just African-American women, but women from all walks of life, sisters, twins, people that are just wanting to be know that there's hope, that they can accomplish their goals and their dreams. So I'm so grateful that you're pouring into my audience today. Okay, let's go to another flash round here. Allison Skeet said, that's God in that family legacy.
Absolutely.
Cassandra says, I am so inspired.
Thank you.
Allison said, that's the blessing of having each other. A brother is born for adversity. That means you lean on that sibling alike and others to get through these tough times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mary King says, good morning, ladies.
Hi.
Okay. Oh, and hey, Kim Jacobs, have a great day. Thank you so much, Allison. I appreciate your blessings. Okay, let's see. I also have one of our church mothers. She's 83 years old from our church. She watches on YouTube every day. She doesn't type comments, but she always says, baby, I'm watching your show. And I know she's typing something about you all. So just send a shout out to Julia Harper, Mother Julia Harper.
Oh, thank you, Miss Harper, for watching.
Okay. Now they know your name. Okay. Yeah, they do know your name. Jefferson County. Made sure. The whole world knows Shantae, Judge Shantae and Judge DeRay. I'm so proud of how well they have embraced you and pushed you forward representing their county. Okay. So your company, and I'll tell you who you are. Oh, show me your company and I'll tell you who you are. Great character of both of you and your sister. Wow. Allison says, breaking ground and influencing generations with your journey and the truth of how God uses what he chooses to bring his purpose to light.
Yes.
Wow. This is my mom. I was raised by a single mom as well. And this is my mom, Ella Spratley. She said, good morning, beautiful.
Good morning, Miss Spratley.
I'm so excited, Mommy, that you're on. Okay. It's nothing better than being able to know that you're making your mom proud,
Absolutely. Yes.
I don't know what you all may have done when you were coming into getting your first wave of money, but one time when I got my first job in pharmaceutical sales. That was huge, it was pharmaceutical sales, free car and a corporate job. I put like $100 bills on my mom's bed. I was so excited to be able to do that. Is there anything that you've ever done that was like that moment that you were like, you knew your mom was like, those are my girls?
I know something you did, Shantae, of several years ago. I think for some, I don't know if you had won the election or not, but you gave her that round trip ticket to Mexico. You paid for an all expense trip for her. And that was her first time going out of the country, I think.
And Sheree and I really always like making our mom proud. Like that's a huge ordeal to me. And it's something I want to give back to her to let her know that, look, we listen to you. We're using all of the advice that you gave us in life. And so actually tomorrow we're going to have as much as we can, with social distancing and all, we're going to spend some time together and just kind of have a little girl time together because we missed it. Yeah. And what has happened, but.
That's so awesome. I know your mom is so proud. I'm proud. Like I'm a mom over here. I'm like, oh, so okay, so listen, everyone, if you like the shows that you're seeing here on the Kim Jacobs Show, make sure you take a moment today after today's broadcast and subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show. It's right on YouTube. That I know a lot of you watch in all different platforms. So I see people watching on Periscope and on Twitch and on Facebook. But ultimately, if you could just take a moment and go to your YouTube, to the YouTube link, and that is something that Morgan will put right here in the comments, and I'll be able to pop it in for you. Subscribe and turn on your notifications. There's a little notification bell right beside there. If you hit that bell and hit all, that way when we go live at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you get a chance to be a part of the show, make comments as well. So take a moment and subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show. I also want to let you know that today's episode sponsor, which we welcome people to sponsor the different shows. You can either be a sponsor for one episode, a week, a month, whatever you like, is actually sponsored today by Silver Shield Security. Now, Silver Shield Security, I love the fact that they do not have any contract that's required. I'll take you to their page. No contract required, no credit check. It's owned by African-American female business owner. She is so excited with all of the business that's coming her way. And you can contact them at 704-440-4688. And again, it's Silver Shield Security. The prices range from $24.99 a month and up, depending upon what type of equipment you get. And they do have state-of-the-art equipment. So it's not, they have like front doorbell cameras, back door cameras, night light, you name it, they have it at Silver Shield Security. So thank you for being today's episode sponsor of the Kim Jacobs Show. All right. Okay. So those are a couple of things I like to let you all know. Let me make sure I put them up. Make sure you use the code KJ Show if you are starting your contract with Silver Shield Security. Woo! This has been a great journey already. What advice would you give young people that are, especially Black girls, that are excited about their dreams and their goals, and they're just right now writing in little notepads and in the bedroom trying to figure out their lives? How do you advise them to really make that what they have written down become a reality like you both did?
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
Let me start first.
Just started.
She's 4 minutes older than you, Judge.
That's right. Let me
know that.
I would say continue to write your goals and your dreams down. Sheree and I did this all throughout college. Our friends would laugh at us, but in a loving way. Right. But they would laugh at us because we would always post on the back of our dorm room door, our goal is to have a 4.0 for the semester. And most semesters we made a 4.0 because it is something about writing your goals down and seeing the vision. And the Bible speaks of write the vision down, make it plain and clear. And it is so important to do that. And it is amazing. Like, who would have thought like I could make a 4.0 in college? But when you see a goal and you see it every day, write it down and get a mentor. What I realize sometimes is that as African Americans, we're afraid to ask people for things because we think, well, I don't want to bother him or her. Get a mentor. People love for you to be able to help you. I've never turned anyone away if they ask me, hey, Judge, can you mentor me? Of course I can. And so get a mentor and ask that mentor, what is it that I can do to be closer to the goal? But get a mentor that's in a position where you want to be. And that mentor does not have to be the same gender. They don't have to be the same race as you, but write your goals down, get a mentor, and always believe. Don't ever believe that you are limited by your present situation. Always believe. And the last thing I'll say, Ray, because I know you want to say something. Give God the miracle work. Give him the miracle work. You are not a miracle worker. Give it to God. The impossible. God loves impossible projects. Give him the miracle work. If you want to be an astronaut, then you talk to God about it and let him make you an astronaut.
Wow.
Well, you took a lot out of my mouth. I seem to say a lot of the same things, but one of the things I think that is so important is that when you're young and you're writing these things down, you say, oh, this will never happen. How can I do this? You should continue to write things down and save them, because I have written so many journals and I go back and I read things, and it's almost amazing how God has allowed these things to come to pass. So writing it down, even now, Shantae and I always did our goals on the back of our door in college. I still do my goals. I do my goals now every year. And now I have my children like, what are your goals? How many books do you want to try to read each month and stuff? And so writing things down. Mentors are so important. You know, I can think of two particular mentors. I'll think of three. Let me tell you three. One was a white female. We didn't have any lawyers or know anybody in our family. We were in about the eighth grade, seventh or eighth grade. And we asked, can we spend the day with you and ask some questions? We are still friends and very close to her. She took the time.
How did we meet her?
We met her just by opening up the telephone book. My mom said, you need to speak with a lawyer. We didn't know any. We opened up the phone book, saw her ad there and said, let's just call her. And she took the time out of her schedule. Another mentor we had was a dentist. He was a doctor that lived in Montgomery when we were in college. Not that we wanted to be doctors, but he represented Black professionalism. We had never seen other Black professionals, and his brothers and sisters were professionals. They were doctors and lawyers, and he represented what we could be. And he was a mentor to help us with professional school, what we needed to do afterwards. And also, when I became a lawyer, I also wanted to be an adjunct professor. And I got another mentor, Dr. Fred Jones, who was a mentor. He helped me to be an adjunct professor at Kennesaw State University. Had no prior teaching experience, but I was able to teach business law, real estate law, advanced business law there. And so mentorship is so important. And the last thing I'm going to say is, please believe in yourself. You know, I pray for three things at night. I pray for confidence in myself. I pray for contentment where God has me, because sometimes we can be so wrought with ambition that we need to be content where God has us. And I also pray for commitment to my family, commitment to God, so I don't lose sight of those things that are important. But these things are so important because honestly, I don't know if I could have, if the governor would have appointed me if I didn't believe in myself. So many people told me what the governor was not going to do. And it's important for us to believe in ourselves as young Black little girls. Write those things down and see that they will come to pass.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Okay, quick flash round. Yes, believe, my mom said. Mother Patricia Lofton, she's over all of the women in about 95 different churches throughout the state of North Carolina, Virginia, and South Carolina within the Church of God in Christ. And so she says, wow, how inspiring. God bless you both. Keep on keeping on, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, give it to God. And Mary King said, love the twinning sisters. Also an identical twin. Wow. So Mary King is an identical twin as well. Awesome. I mean, you all probably just have your own world going over there. It's amazing. So I also want to share, you all were featured in Google in this Black Girl Magic Spotlight. And so I want to take a moment and show that, if that's okay.
Yes, thank you.
So excited about that. When I was doing my research, oh, look at the judges. I'm serious. You would think I was your sister. I was like, no, they are on there. I'm so excited. Okay. Let's see if I can share this. There we go.
magic is in our love and tears, our fears and our flyness. I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feel? Woo, child, tired of the foolish, gone dust your shoulders off. Keep it moving, yeah, slow. Step into some new kicks, in there, swimwear, going to the pool quick. Come now, come right.
I gotta go back for a second because I just want to make sure you.
Yeah, slow. Step into some new kicks.
We're gonna see them directly. Right there, right there. Becoming a judge. Black Girl Magic, a moment in life, in history. Twins becoming a judge. Okay, like that.
All Black women, we can take pride in who we are. We can change the world. We've already started.
You must never be defeated.
Never.
Ever.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feel?
I am black and proud.
The future belongs to all of us.
Make you all feel.
Magic is in our love.
I'm always so thankful for moments, and anytime people are inspired by us, I'm humbled by it, and I'm always just very, very thankful. And I'll tell a funny story about that. My husband, I forgot to tell my husband we were going to be featured in the Google commercial. And so my husband, one night, he's like, hey, I keep getting text messages from people that are saying that you're in some kind of Google commercial. I said, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you that Google contacted us and asked for a clip. He's like, Shantae, you forgot to tell me Google contacted you? I said, I'm so sorry. I just didn't think, like, you got to do better. I said, well, I stay humble about things, but I'm so thankful. But he was so upset with me. He's like, how do you forget that Google contacted you?
Google.
Like it's not like every day Google is contacting you.
Go ahead, Judge Sheree.
Say we were very excited about it, and not only do I see it as a representation for us, but for other Black women and other people that are doing wonderful things, because we're here in Jefferson County. We've had the opportunity to elect multiple African-American judges to our bench. And that says a lot for a city that's been rich and entrenched with so much civil rights history. So
yes, I'm very, very proud to be a part of the bench in Jefferson County. We have a very diverse bench, and I'm amazed, proud of where we are now in Birmingham, Alabama. Yes.
Wow. So when you think of Black Girl Magic, from your own definition, what does it mean to you? And of course, Judge Sheree, Judge Shantae goes first because she's 4 minutes older. You already know that. So,
for me, Black Girl Magic means to me having a dream, believing in that dream, and achieving it, letting you know that whatever dream you have hidden in your heart can become reality. And that's what Black Girl Magic means to me. It means for women like Sheree and myself to support other Black women and women in general that we see who are trying to make it, who are trying to make a difference. And it's a positive vibe for me.
Yeah. For me, Black Girl Magic means believing in yourself, putting yourself around those that think like you, those that want it as bad as you do, and having ambition. The ambition is so important. I think it's wonderful if you're a smart person, but being smart is not what's going to carry you. It's having the ambition to see through your dreams, to see it through. So that's Black Girl Magic to me. And also being able to being able to lean on others, and being able to support other Black females that are doing wonderful things as well.
That's right.
That's good. Wow. That right there is that could be coined. This is okay. People are going off here. Yes, proximity. This is impressive, Michelle Copeland. Black Girl. Oh, this is Black Girl Magic. Everybody Black Girl Magic. This is powerful. Blessings to your mother for the love and time that she spent to give you both to our community, and inspiration and legacy builders.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, shout out to you, Miss Loretta. Miss Loretta Bitton, is that how you say her last name?
Well, she's Loretta Jones now.
Jones,
She got married. She just got married to Sheree's mentor.
Oh,
You don't have to tell the story, but I introduced them 6 years ago because I said, hey, I want you to meet the mentor I had in Atlanta who helped me to start teaching. And so they dated for 6 years and just got married about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
It's been
It's that long. Yeah, maybe.
Wait. And you know what? When I was doing my research, I saw that it said Loretta Jones now. So I said, okay, so I know she's married now, but I don't understand what happened. When did the single mom get a chance to start on dating and everything after her master's degree? So, girl, that is exclusive on the Kim Jacobs show right now. Because, oh my goodness. Now, so this is sick crazy. Your mom, as cute as she is, I mean, so that mentor, well, they probably calling each other. You know, I'm really proud of I'm proud of your daughter, right? But I just want to let you know I've seen a few shots of you too, and you look good, Loretta. What? That is crazy.
Yes. She is living a very fabulous, happy life right about now.
Yeah.
Now, see what happens when you mentor a young person in life? Oh, Loretta, I'm so excited for you and Mr. Jones. All right. That right there is a whole episode in itself. The twins and mama. Anyway, this has been fun already. I've had a ball. Wow. I can't even believe that. I didn't have that in my notes. That is crazy. Okay. Anybody else have any more comments, questions? Make sure you continue to pour them in. Let's see. Go ahead, Mom. It's your time now.
That's right.
Miss Loretta. And then powerful. Alice said powerful. No, seriously, that is a story in itself, that somebody who definitely, obviously, was not linked to your mother in any way at that time. He was just trying to help you sincerely.
Because he didn't meet Ma until several years later, right after you knew him.
I met him in 2002, and I don't think, and by the time I moved back to Birmingham, and he didn't meet my mom till like 2011 no, it was after that. I think it was around 2013. And so I had known him several years before I introduced him to my mom. He had never met her before. He had just happened. He came to Birmingham, and I said, "Hey, I think I'd like for you to meet my mom." And that's
so when you introduced him to your mom, you were not trying to make a love connection, or were you?
No, I don't know what I was trying to do. If I can be completely honest, I knew that I thought he was a very nice guy. I knew that he was single. He was a single father, he was raising 2 sons. And I knew that he possessed the qualities. He was a man of God. He possessed those qualities that I thought, well, I don't know if I'm trying to hook them up, but if they do get together, this wouldn't be so bad.
Oh, wow. And did she talk to you about this, Judge Shantae?
No, not at all. Like I still remember when she said, "Hey, Fred is going to come to Birmingham and stay with Daryl, her husband, stay with Daryl and I this weekend, and I'm going to introduce him to Mom." And I remember I was like, "What? Like, you didn't talk to me about this?" I was so shocked. And when my mom got married, I was still shocked. Like, yeah, I'm more of the baby, like, Mom's getting married. Like, and Sheree is like, "Oh, let it go." Yeah.
That's funny. Alice said, "Yes, look at God. Look at God." Well, I am telling you that this has been it's just been such a wonderful time that we've spent together here on the Kim Jacobs Show. And I'm so glad that you're my guest today. I don't know if you've opened up like this on other interviews. I'm not sure, I think this is the best interview personally.
We haven't talked about my mom's marriage.
Well, I'm so glad that you were on. Let's see, another comment came in. God was moving through you for your mom, 2 daughters and 2 sons.
That's all right.
Wow. Any I want to make sure that each of you get a chance to share closing comments. So get those in your mind. And I'll make sure that you both get a chance to have like the final words here on the Kim Jacobs Show today. I do want to let you all know that tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. here on the Kim Jacobs Show, I will have Tamon Blair's mom on tomorrow's episode. So if you're not familiar with the story of Tamon Blair, he's a 21-year-old young man that was straight A student at West Charlotte High School. And he was at work in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and was found in his 18-wheeler truck. And we're going to talk more about his story. His mom will be on the Kim Jacobs Show tomorrow, and we'll talk about, what happened to Tamon. And I'd like for you to tune in to hear directly from his mom tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. So go ahead and let everyone know to tune in. The shows here, again, on the Kim Jacobs Show are real, relevant, and relatable. It's topics that are going on in today's society. So make sure you take a moment to subscribe. And it's how people are balancing all different aspects of their lives. So as the balanced doctor, I want you to know how people are functioning and becoming who they are today. And before we do our close, is there anything special that's been interesting in how you all have balanced your lives? Each of you tell me. Let's start with you, Judge Sheree. You first.
Well, during this, first of all, balancing being a mom, a mother and a wife and working was never easy. So it has always continued to be a balancing act. The pandemic has just added to it, where now I have to choose what's important, and working is certainly important, but I have 2 children at home during the pandemic. And so, my sister and I have found creative ways to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves, doing the work that God has called us to do, but also making sure that we're spending time with our families. So one of the things that we do, I spend a week in the office, a week outside of the office, but virtual court has been happening. And so I think that helps and makes everything better. But it's always a balance. It's a balance being a mom. It's a balance being a wife. And every day, honestly, some days it works. Some days I'm trying to figure out a new balancing way. But I think, one of the things I have to tell myself, you can have it all. You just have to put things in priority. You have to figure out what it is that you can do first, what it is you can do second. But when you prioritize in the correct way, God will order your steps and everything else will fall through.
Yes.
Excellent. Shantae, see, that's why you don't want her to go first, because then she's going to say all that, right?
I will echo what Sheree said. And I think just in life, and especially for women, balancing being a wife, mother, and if you're a working mom, it is a constant balance, but we can do it. And that's what I want to leave everyone with. We can do it. And as Sheree said, it is so important that some days are harder than others. And sometimes it feels like nothing is balanced, but you continue to try. You continue to try. You continue to have faith. And it is very, very important, though, that you take time for yourself when trying to balance your life. Because I recognize that if I don't take care of Shantae, then I am no good for my 2 children or my husband. And so it is very important that I do the things that I need to do in order to take care of myself. And I've always, understood that. And I think as moms, we sometimes feel like, we start to guilt ourselves, but let's always remember we are no good to our husbands, our family, our children, if we don't take care of ourselves.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, another comment came in. Thank God for using you, Kim Jacobs. Thank you so much, Alice, for tuning in. Thanks for another great show, Kim Jacobs. God bless you, both judges.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Thank you.
And what did somebody say? Mom needs a helpmate. Oh, help me too. Let it go. Let it go. And let God continue to grow your legacy for us all. Somebody said, beautiful ladies, inside and out.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Thank you.
So many different comments poured in. Maybe later after today's show, you can get a chance to go back and respond to some of the comments. Listen, the only way that I'm able to keep this show thriving is if you all support the show. So you can anytime send Cash App to Kim Jacobs Inc. or PayPal.me/Kim Jacobs Inc. This is how I have my livelihood, and all of the show funds go to help the production of the show. And I encourage you to tune in to call into our church prayer line, which we have Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:30 p.m. Pastor Jacobs is praying for people regarding COVID-19 and people that are in isolation, people that have passed away and their loved ones are here. So you can definitely call into the prayer line starting at noon, 978-990-5000. Access code is 322083#. That's Monday through Friday, 12 to 12:30 p.m. And the final comment that came in, you guys make me feel so proud as a Black mother with a son in law school. And this is one of our church mothers, Nova Earl. I am so happy for you guys and your mother. What a blessing. I have to share this with my son, who I'm sure will be so inspired.
Thank you.
Thank you. And best of luck to your son. Definitely.
Absolutely.
All right. There we have it. The Kim Jacobs episode has to end. It's noon. Is there any final, you know how you say, dog, I wish I didn't let the show end without saying this one statement. What is it, Judge Sheree? Because we're going to end with the oldest. Say what you want to say. One last word.
Well, I will just say my daughter sent me a message when I didn't think she was watching one day. She sent a letter that said, Mom, you are balancing everything and Dad works a lot. I just want to tell you, you go, girl. I keep that letter. And so I want to tell the next woman, you go, girl. We can do it.
Thank you for being my guest, Judge Sheree. I appreciate you.
And what I would like to say is, we can do so much more together. Sheree and I often talk about this. We work out together a lot. I'm slower than her when I run. And so she can run a lot faster without me, but she runs farther with me. So let's always remember that as a community, if we support each other, we can go so much further. And that's the last words that I want to leave.
Thank you both for being my guests today. Thank you, studio audience, for tuning in to the Kim Jacobs Show. See you tomorrow.